Good evening. I'm Corey Coffin. We are coming on the air with breaking news on the Nancy Guthrie investigation. The Pima County Sheriff's Office saying in a statement, quote, law enforcement activity is underway at a residence near East Orange Grove Road and North First Avenue related to the Guthrie case. Because this is a joint investigation, at the request of the FBI, no additional information is currently available. Let's go to NBC News correspondent Liz Kreutz, who's at the scene in Tucson, Arizona. Liz, what more are we learning?
Hi, Corey. We're outside in this neighborhood about a little over a mile from Nancy Guthrie's home, and you can see that the road is blocked off here, and whatever this police activity that's been happening is at some point down that road outside of a home. We don't have a lot of information right now, but we do know that this activity is related to the investigation into Nancy Guthrie, and we've been seeing for several hours now SWAT cars coming by. There's sheriff's deputies cars here. There's been multiple different law enforcement vehicles. We know this is a joint operation between the sheriff's department and the FBI, and this all happens on day 13 now of the search for Nancy Guthrie, and we don't know at this point who or what they were looking for and if they have detained any potential suspect or suspects. We were expecting to get a statement from law enforcement. In fact, earlier we were expecting to get a press briefing. Then we were told there'll be no press briefing. Then we were told that we would get a statement. Now we've just been advised that we're not going to be getting a statement. The activity continues now into the night here. And I did speak to the sheriff earlier today of the Pima County Sheriff's Department, and he told us that they were working on some pretty good leads today that he was hopeful about. It's unclear if this is part of that, but it may be. The detectives over the past now almost 2 weeks have been tirelessly casing the neighborhood here around Nancy Guthrie's home, looking for any potential leads. We know that they found certain items of evidence, including some gloves that were found about 2 miles away. Those are going out for DNA testing, and they have been just looking for any kind of ring surveillance camera at these homes that they can, and they've been flooded with tips from the public as well, even more so since Tuesday when the FBI put out those surveillance images that showed a person showing up to Nancy Guthrie's home in those overnight hours. That person they described as about 5'9" or 5'10" with an average build, wearing a backpack that's exclusively sold at Walmart, and they were really hoping that by putting out some of those details about this person that it would help narrow down their search. But the search continues, and we've had a lot of roller coasters of emotions. On Tuesday, just a few hours after those images came out, we had heard about a search in Rio Rico, which is about just very close to the Mexico border, and law enforcement went and detained and questioned a delivery driver there. There was some hope maybe they found the guy. Then they released him. This man ended up coming out and speaking and saying, I was not part of it. It turns out law enforcement said there's several things that had piqued their interest about this person, including the fact that they were a delivery driver who was in the area around Nancy Guthrie's home. But at this point, it's unclear how furthermore they're looking into that potential person as a suspect. So it's unclear tonight, essentially, if this is going to be another situation like that, just more of the different types of people they're looking into as they get tips and follow up on them, or if this is something more than that. Hopefully we get some answers in the morning.
All right, Liz, we appreciate it. We know it's been a long night for you and other journalists out there and investigators, and will no doubt be a long the next couple of days. Thank you for keeping us apprised. Of course, we'll come to you with the latest as soon as we get it. And that concludes this live coverage of the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The Pima County Sheriff's Department saying law enforcement activity underway at that residence in Tucson relating to the case. Again, we will have much more ahead right here on NBC News Now, at your local NBC station and online at NBCnews.com. I'm Corey Coffin.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.